Hello, hello, and welcome to Unleashing the Power Women Voices event by Women Thrive. So excited to have you here for today's showcase event and for all of you to meet our incredible speakers for today's event. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Ramonda Jan and I'm the founder at Women Thrive Media. We host incredible women events, podcasts, we publish a magazine, and most recently, we just released our brand new Women Thrive book, Volume 3. So if you haven't grabbed a copy yet, make sure you head over to Amazon and get yourself a copy of the Women Thrive book. Now, today, you are going to be meeting some amazing women from all around the world. And I'm super excited for you to meet them because every single woman has a story. And today, I talked about 5 minutes out of your life, just 5 minutes out of your life. Could that change the trajectory of your life? Now, you may think that is a steep ask right now. In 5 minutes, can we change your life? But if you've met any of our past speakers, or if you have ever experienced a moment of realization that your life could be traveling in a different direction, that your life could be a completely different place right now, that I encourage you to tap into today's event and give each of our speakers just 5 minutes. Because every single speaker have been through some things in life and they are here to share parts of their story and parts of their mission, why they do what they do. But more importantly, hopefully, they will inspire you, motivate you, or share a particular nugget that hopefully will open up a new world of possibilities for you. I know this for sure because I have been through that journey myself. I remember when one of my mentors have asked me that question of, Ray, why do you want to speak? And for me, genuinely, I just used to love public speaking, inspiring other people, making impact, hosting other speakers on our stage. But what I didn't realize that question would open a whole new world for me. I realized at that moment what gave me meaning to what I do. So I told my mentor, I said, I want to speak because I know what it's like to lose a voice. And today, in Unleashing the Power Women's Voices event, I want to unleash the women's voices because I know what it's like not to have a voice. I know what it's like to be disempowered. I know what it's like to be hurting. I know what it's like to judge ourselves, to feel shame, to feel guilt, to feel fear, to be in the place in your life that perhaps you're wondering, where should I go? I feel lost. I feel broken. I feel chained. Sometimes we build walls in our own lives. We build this wonderful life that we think is everything. And then sometimes we just build ourselves a box. And when you find yourself in that box, you don't know how to come out of it. So hopefully, as you listen to some of our women's stories today, their voices, their messages of empowerment, inspiration, that is going to start you on a path of empowerment, of a new path of self-belief, confidence, exploring areas of yourself or your life that perhaps you have not touched in a very long time. And I'm nearly choking saying these things because it means so much to me to see women speak. It means so much to me to see women take the stage. It means so much to me for women to have a voice, to be empowered. Because let's face it, how many women and how many of us have been disempowered, have not been given a voice, have not been given a power, have been through trauma, who've been through painful experiences that left us disempowered, that left us without identity, that left us without a voice. If you've ever been through that experience, you might even be in this experience right now without even realizing. And what I want to say to our speakers and our audience, you're not alone. You're not alone because someone somewhere out there is having the very same experience that you're having right now. So by us together having a voice, being empowered, claiming our power back, and speaking about our experiences, whether it's in business, whether it's our own personal lives. The difference is that you can feel less alone, knowing that there is somebody else also going or have gone through the same experience where you are today. So that is the power of us coming together to share our truth, to have a voice, to share our messages. And today we have lined up some wonderful speakers. We're going to be here just for over an hour, and I hope you dedicate this time to be here with us today. And if you feel inspired, what I want you to do is share this live stream right now to your own social media followers. Let's get more views. Let's get more people involved. Let's get more people watching these messages, because what our speakers have prepared for you is profound. It's profound transformation that we can all experience together. And I believe when you empower or inspire another person, you create a ripple effect way beyond your own reach. And that's what I love doing. When I support our speakers in being empowered speakers, I am creating more ripple in this world through them, not just through my own voice. So I hope you enjoyed today's event, and I see some wonderful people already in the comments below. Share this right now, please. Put a emoji Sam once you shared, share it to various social media platforms, tag other people, and let us know if you already shared it. If you're watching us from any part of the world, I want to know where you're watching us from, okay? And you're going to do me one favor. Once you watch the speakers and you enjoy their talks, I want you to go ahead and connect with them on social media. We're going to make sure that obviously their contact details are dropped in the chat. Please connect with our speakers. Have those conversations. If you're feeling inspired, motivated by someone, or you connected with their story, connect with them, because we are here to build those beautiful connections and a community that is going to support each other. And remember, you're never alone. There's always a community to support you. And I hope that Women Thrive is one of those communities that is going to support you along the way, no matter what you're going through. So I'm seeing some wonderful people. Danielle here, Rachel from Wilshire, Michelle is here, Linda is watching us from Nassau, Bahamas. Good to see you, Linda. Linda is one of our authors of the Women Thrive book. So again, if you have not got a copy of the Women Thrive book, go ahead and grab it. It was a bestseller last week, and I'm super proud of these incredible women that also shared their stories in our book. Now, I want to invite one of our first speakers onto the stage, Nikki Hillhouse. She is one of our incredible speakers for the Women Thrive Summit 2025 that's going to happen in March. Hello, Nikki. How are you doing?
Hi, Ramonda. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm joining you from very sunny Turkey right now. Very warm, very sunny Turkey.
I love that. And originally, you're from Scotland.
I'm originally from Edinburgh, yes. Just in case
Edinburgh.
my dad did tune in, if I don't say where I'm from, there's going to be trouble. So, yeah, I'm originally from Edinburgh. You probably can tell by my accent.
Oh, I love that. I've been to Scotland. It's a little bit grey, but it is definitely beautiful and cultural out there.
You need an umbrella, that's for sure. You need to carry an
Yeah.
umbrella.
That's right. Well, I would love our audience to meet Nikki Hillhouse. She's an experienced meditation teacher, mind detox practitioner, therapeutic coach, and retreat facilitator. With her extensive background in holistic health, her mission is to help and empower others overcome their most challenging obstacles and start living happier and healthier and more fulfilling lives. So, Nikki, it is over to you. I'm so thrilled to have you on our stage, and I look forward to hearing your talk.
Oh, thank you so much, Ramonda, for that really lovely welcome and introduction. I'm just really grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to Women's Thrive for creating this platform that all of us women are being able to voice our stories. So thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. How do you want to show up today? How do you want to be today? Do you want to be more productive? Do you want to be more present? maybe more confident, more authentic? The reason I ask that is because so many people are just existing. They're literally sleepwalking through life, and they're not living their life fully and completely. So many people are walking around wearing these masks that are saying that they're being a good person, people pleasing, trying to be so perfect, conforming to society, and they're not being their true, authentic self. I say throw the masks away and really embrace who you truly are. So as Rhonda said, I'm Nikki. I'm a mindset and wellness coach, therapeutic coach. I'm also a meditation teacher. And as you heard, I live in beautiful Turkey. And I'm really grateful because I'm able to host my own wellness retreats here. However, it hasn't always been like this for me. Where I am today transpired through my own traumas. And when I was 31 years old, my life completely turned upside down. A routine appointment to see an osteopath resulted in me having a vertebral artery dissection, which in other words is a deep brain stroke. So there I am, 31 years old, just trying to get on the best that I can under the situation. And I was being a good girl. I was doing everything I was told by the doctors. I was taking all the medication that was being prescribed. And as the years went on, I became so confused. I felt so dejected. And I was so scared that the pain I was experiencing would define my existence. And then 9 years ago, I found my voice. I took my power back and I became the CEO of my own health. And the reason I share this with you today is I want you to know, no matter what you've been through, that freedom is possible. All things are possible. Just don't be a victim to your circumstance. Use those adversities to educate and empower others. Turn those pains into purpose. You know, I'm just so grateful that I'm able to share the same tools and techniques that played a pivotal role in my own health and wellness journey with my own clients. Do you have a burning passion within you or a dream? Something you've wanted to do for perhaps a long time, maybe even years, but you're sitting on the fence. Maybe you're listening to that voice in your head that's saying, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not pretty, and I'm not good enough, and I'm not pretty enough. And you're going round and round in circles in your mind, listening to that voice. Maybe you're comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to others' successes, their health, their wealth. You've got to stop doing that, because every single one of us is unique, and we all have beautiful gifts to share with the world. Perhaps you want to start a business. Maybe you want to write a book. You have got a beautiful voice. You want to share your voice with the world, your music with the world. Perhaps you're an artist and you want to sell your paintings in galleries nationwide, but you're not doing anything about it. We've got to stop looking in that rearview mirror, because it takes your eyes off the path ahead. What's it going to take to ignite that spark within you, to follow your purpose, to follow your passion, to follow your dreams? Because see, when you take that leap of faith, you can accomplish almost anything. Honestly, as cliche as this sounds, the future's not promised to any of us. So why not be brave, be bold, believe in yourself, and go and live your life on purpose, and go and do those things that you always wanted to do. Don't let those fears hold you back. That's just your mind. It's telling lies. Don't listen to it. So go and embrace the journey ahead with excitement and vigor. because you never know what you're going to achieve. You might surprise yourself. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more about my story and some tools and techniques that's going to help you to have peace with your mind, your body, and your life at next year's summit. So thank you so much for listening to me today.
Nikki, what a beautiful talk. And you're so right. We wear these masks and we pretend to be someone else and we live up to other people's expectations. But what if we really embraced who we are and lived a life on purpose? And I'm so glad, Nikki, that you're here today to share your testimony and also support other people. Nikki, how do people get in touch with you?
I'm on most social media platforms, just under my name, Nikki Hillhouse. My website's nikkihillhouse.com, but Instagram, Facebook, just Nikki Hillhouse. Yeah, plain and simple. You can find me there. Just reach out if you've got any questions.
I love that, Nikki. As soon as you opened, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be great. So I'm super grateful.
I was conscious of the time because it's very hard to sort of get everything into like 5 minutes. So I'm hoping I didn't go over too much. So yeah, thank you.
Most importantly, I think you made an impact with those 5 minutes, and that is what it's all about.
I hope so. I just want everyone to know that they're not alone and they have choices in life.
Yeah.
Take your power back, make those choices, don't believe everything that you hear.
Yeah, especially sometimes hearing your own mind that says us, you can't, you shouldn't, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If only we could just take that mind and put it under the tap, give it a nice wash and make it all nice and clean again.
That's right, but you can. Nikki, I'm thrilled to have you part of our summit next year. I'm sure we're going to be seeing you at our future showcases. We host these showcases every third Thursday of the month, and you'll get to meet many more amazing women. And I'm sure we're going to get to hear from Nikki again. But in the meantime, connect with her, follow her on social media channels, and hopefully book a call. Who knows where one conversation could lead you. Nikki, thank you so much. I really appreciate you today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate that. So this was Nikki Hillhouse, and I encourage you, as I said, to connect with our speakers, and I encourage our speakers to drop their social media handles in the chat now. So my next speaker coming up is Kathy Baldwin, who is a visionary in the realms of personal transformation and women's empowerment. We have some wonderful, wonderful speakers today. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I am so excited to be here, Ramonda. Thank you.
Good to see you. So we have little under title for you under your name. Unlearn the crap. What does that mean?
Well, just like Nikki, I used to be a good girl and do what was expected of me and all the shoulds. And I had to unlearn all that crap if I was going to survive and thrive. So I've written a book and TV show, everything under Unlearn the Crap, and I'm on a mission for us to get rid of all of those things that disempower us.
Yeah, for sure, and hold us back. Well, Kathy, I am excited to hear your talk today, so it's over to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I used to think that rejection was my kryptonite. And I used to tell people, be careful, if you reject me, I will fall apart. I was cognitively aware of the power that rejection had on me. I knew the pain it caused. I knew how it could take me out of my game. And yet I put the responsibility for not being rejected in everybody else's hands. What that did was leave me in a place of constantly being in people-pleasing, self-sabotaging, any type of mode that would protect my relationship so I wouldn't be rejected. Because I believed that being rejected was equal to dying. And I've since learned that when I had my full breakdown and I lost everything and everybody, and I was literally alone and had felt the full weight of rejection, I realized that this was my empowerment moment, because the worst thing that I ever thought could happen to me happened, and I was still living. And not only was I living, but I was living in a place where I could make choices and decisions about who I wanted to be and what kind of life I wanted to have. And I realized that I'm not alone, because the stats about rejection and isolation and loneliness are heartbreaking. 25% of adult children are estranged from their parents. 28% of adults are estranged from their own siblings. And 61% of adults say they feel lonely some or most of the time. Rejection is built right into our DNA. It is part of that community where we thrive together, because in isolation, we were subject to the outside forces of being prey for somebody's dinner or something's dinner, but also the warmth, the community, everything required that we be in connection with each other. So rejection was such a strong motivator. It was part of keeping us alive. Do you know that rejection and the feeling of rejection is the same brain processes as physical pain? And that women have multiple births, multiple children, because they're able to forget what that physical pain was. But the pain of rejection can be recalled and felt as acutely as if you were going through it in the moment. We can't do that with our bodies with childbirth, but yet the emotional pain that we experience when we lose somebody that's so important to us, when we feel that they have rejected us or not loved us, it leaves us in a state of possible vulnerability if we allow it. But it can also give you a place of freedom when you realize that your choice to live your own life can be independent of what anybody else wants. We don't have to continue to have our lives with the people that we were brought into this world with. We may not be able to be our best self if we are stuck in that old container. We might be rejected so that we could be freed. That's what happened to me. You see, because I was spending all my time people-pleasing, and I was self-sacrificing, things that people didn't even know I was sacrificing, but I did. And it was eating away at my soul. So those people that rejected me and my family, as heartbreaking and as painful as it is, I even get emotional now thinking about it. But I could not be who I am today. I could not be living my life on purpose. I could not have a chance to do what my life's mission was for if I was still in servitude of the fear of rejection. If I was continuing to give my power away only in the hopes of not being rejected. It was the most freeing thing that happened to me, to realize that the worst had happened. Everything that I had given up, I had still lost it all, but yet I gained myself. I could look myself in the mirror and smile knowing I liked who was there. I could look in the mirror and feel proud of who I was and the choices I made. And that's saying that I had lived by my whole life. What I say and do is about me, but what other people say and do is about them. Their choices to live their life in their way, whether it includes me or not, is none of my business, even if I love them. The love never stopped. I still love all those people that aren't in my daily life, but I have love for myself now, and I'm unlearning my crap. And I hope that you can see that rejection is not a failure. It does not mean a shameful thing. It does not say anything negative about you. It could be the very thing that cuts the chains that hold you back from yourself. Thank you. I'm Kathy Baldwin, the author and host of Unlearn the Crap, and I wish you nothing but the best possible life that you can live.
Oh, wow. Wow, Kathy, so powerful. And you have had to go through such a transformative journey to really empower yourselves. And I love that you got emotional because it just shows how much truly matters to you to transform other people's lives through that.
Yeah, it kept me prisoner for so long. It put me in a place of servitude where I disrespected myself and I felt ashamed of who I was and what I was doing in order to hold on to these people in my life. Yeah. And their life was theirs. I didn't have the right to try to hold them attached to me.
Yeah, that's just so beautiful, Kathy. Oof, had chills. And there were some moments in your talk that I was like, that is such a freeing message for our audience today, to know that they don't have to be chained by fears of rejection and, almost forget who you are, so to start your life all over again. That was powerful.
Thank you so very much for giving me a chance to have my voice heard.
Absolutely, Kathy. And I think, through doing this work right now, we're helping others to release their chains, which is so prevalent in today's world. Just so afraid of rejection, of self-judgment, of what other people will think of us. But that's the beginning of empowerment, when we stop caring about that and we own our voice, own our truth, and speak unapologetically. So, Kathy, congratulations. Thank you so much. How do people get in touch with you?
KathyBaldwin.me is my website. I am on all of the social networks. My book is Unlearn the Crap, about personal success and empowerment. And I have a weekly TV show by the same name, Unlearn the Crap, on Thursdays. So any way that you can reach out to me, I want to connect personally with anybody that I can be of assistance to.
Yeah. And if that voice inside of you is so strong right now, fearing that rejection, worried about what people are going to say, you're not truly living in your purpose and alignment, get in touch with some of our speakers. Drop Kathy a message. Let her know. I mean, I know it's very hard to admit our fault. What would you say to someone who perhaps is going through this right now in silence? It's like, reaching out to Kathy right now would be admitting that part about myself, and that feels so scary. What would you say to someone like that right now?
I would say that is part of the crap we need to unlearn. That message of not being perfect, of trying to not showcase our vulnerability, our humanness, is part of the marketing message that has been put in our society, that is designed to keep us disempowered, designed to keep us stuck in a system. Because when we rise up and we find our voice and we find our empowerment, we are unstoppable, and we are not controllable, and we're not manipulatable, and we are part of what the world is crying for. So if you feel that, know that it is a lie. that has been brainwashed into us for generations. It's not the truth. And stepping into who you are is what you're here for.
Kathy, absolutely love that message for our audience today. I told you, share this widely, share it with your audience because there are some powerful messages, and this is how we create ripple effect. This is how we reach more people who may not even realize or know that they're living in this repetitive story in their minds and it's holding them back from truly living the life that they desire and deserve to have right now. Kathy, I can't wait to see you at the Women Thrive Summit next year. And of course, for our audience to connect with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Oof. I promised you all that today is going to be powerful, and our speakers are certainly bringing their magic to this stage right now. So I want to see in the comments below, let us know how you're feeling, what's resonating with you. Have you shared this already with your social media followers? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, I have another wonderful speaker, Danielle Sebastian. So I want to say hello to Danielle. Hi, Danielle. How are you?
Hello, I am doing great.
Where are you joining us from?
I am from Missoula, Montana, and I would have never dreamed in a million years that one day I would be speaking to women all over the world. So I am so thankful for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Danielle. I really can't wait to hear your story. Before we went on, Kathy actually brought out Danielle's book and started telling us what Danielle's book is about. And I'm like, I need the copy of this. So I want our audience to meet Danielle, who's the founder of Wife Care. She's an expert on identifying and overcoming trauma in relationships. And she's a best-selling author of Resilient Wives, a guide to wives supporting their husband through childhood trauma recovery. Oof. I would not even know where to begin, but I know healing starts at home. And a lot of times, I believe a lot of women struggle with having those conversations with our men. So I'm super thrilled to have you here, Danielle. Do you have a copy of your book over there?
No.
We're going to have to bring Kathy back. Kathy, we're bringing you back. We need to see Danielle's book.
There it is.
Put your hand over it.
Oh no.
Put your hand on the top. Put your hand over it. There you go.
There it is.
Resilient Wives. I love that. Kathy, what do you think of Danielle's book?
It was like sitting across the table with a girlfriend and nodding the whole time and wanting to reach out, hold her hand, because I knew what she was feeling, because she was describing a lot of my own life.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Kathy. Let's give a stage to Danielle.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, I definitely wanted to spend this time to just tell you a little bit about my story, and also to talk about why it is so important for us to speak up when things just aren't right. So this piece of my story started 13 years ago when I married my dream guy on a beach in Kauai. And he had a little 2-year-old daughter who ended up being our flower girl. It was amazing, and we were so excited to start our life and bring more kids into our family. And when we got home from Kauai, it wasn't long after we were married that I started noticing some behaviors that I just really did not understand. There was a lot of control issues in the relationship, controlling the environment. There was severe insomnia with my husband. And then I started to notice a lot of withdrawal and conflict in the relationship and lashing out. And no matter what I tried, I was researching everything, listening to the podcast, getting communication and relationship books, trying the love languages, scheduling date nights, and nothing just seemed to work. And it was only after our marriage hit rock bottom and I ended up deciding that I needed to take a break, that my husband realized that he needed to tell a secret that he had kept his whole entire life. Otherwise, he would lose everything. And that was that he had been a survivor of childhood abuse at the hands of the church. Now, this at first, I just knew. I knew intuitively that this was that piece of the puzzle that I just couldn't put my finger on to fix. But what I didn't realize was how difficult that trauma recovery process is. And I had to learn very quickly that the techniques and coping mechanisms and survival techniques that survivors use to survive their childhood and develop become very ineffective in adult relationships. So I went to work. I researched everything I could find on how trauma affects adult relationships. And I looked everywhere for resources for spouses who were partners of someone of childhood trauma, and I could find nothing. There were no communities. There were no books for us. I did find some articles here or there or chapters of books. But what I ended up realizing is that after my husband and I had made it through, I knew that we had the tools to make our lives happy despite the past, was that we survived for a reason. Our marriage made it for a reason. And that was for us to share our story, to let people know that it is possible to recover as a couple. And I just knew that I needed to stop the silence associated with trauma. And I didn't realize that partners also are afraid to speak up because really this trauma is still such a secret. So that is my story and what brought me here today, and what my mission in life is for us to help other couples, to tell our story, and if others are in the same place, to learn from us. And little steps and understanding how trauma affects adult relationships can be worked through. And one of the quotes that I love is that what got you here won't get you there. And that is very true in the case of trauma, where all of those techniques and all of those coping mechanisms end up not serving you, and it's time to make some changes. But it's also a lesson for those of us that are spouses, that we might need to use new techniques that work better in our relationships. So that is my mission. And if any of you are out there and you have been thinking about something that you wanted to change, that you think isn't serving you anymore, I want you to know that this is your time. I want you to think of something that you're willing to change now, and just do that. That's more than enough for now.
Danielle, lots of love for what you're doing. And thank you so much for sharing yours and your husband's story. And I was just saying that it's so profound because we don't talk about it, and we live within our trauma. And sometimes the trauma lives within our homes. That could potentially ruin so many relationships. What propelled you to write this book? Who do you want to impact?
Yeah, I just realized that I needed to not keep this a secret. And because I couldn't find what I was hoping for, that maybe I could be that person that would create that for others.
Wow. Danielle, thank you. How do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best place is my website, very easy, DanielleSebastian.com. I have free resources there, more information about what I do, and I do offer anyone who might be in the same situation a free call.
Wow, amazing. Danielle, that's so refreshing and just profound what you shared today. I don't think I ever met a woman like yourself who openly shares their healing journey with their spouse and That is just so unique. I can't wait to get a copy of your book as well. And I encourage, if anyone is going through something similar or are worried about, your partner going through trauma, you're not knowing how to support them, I encourage you to grab Danielle's book. Thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And I love that our speakers actually have their websites as their names. So DanielleSebastian.com, KathyBaldwin.me, NikkiHillhouse.com. It's just so cool. I love it because I encourage all of our speakers and authors to have their own personal website. Okay, without further ado, I want to invite our next speaker, Karen Sarmento. And what a joy she has been to have in our community. So Karen is passionate and dedicated nurse practitioner for more than 18 years, and now is the CEO of Sarmento Mentoring Services, LLC. She specializes in empowering women to tap into their true potential, and she truly understands what challenges women face because she too has battled through some major life challenges in her life. Karen, so good to see you.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Good to see you. Karen, where are you joining us from today?
I am in Massachusetts in the United States.
Wonderful. Well, if you're ready, I can't wait to hear from you.
Yes, I actually have goosebumps from listening to the other ladies speaking. It's just it's so powerful. It really is.
I love that we get to spend this time together right now and truly deeply impact our audience. And I hope our audience are here to connect with all of you. So over to you, Karen.
Oh, thank you for this opportunity. So I'm Karen Sarmento. I, by trade, have been a nurse practitioner for close to 20 years. But my journey really started about 10 years ago when I lost my fiance, my son's father, very unexpectedly in an accident at work. And my life turned upside down. And I really started showing up really poorly for myself, for my son, and just for life in general. But in retrospect, I really hadn't been showing up as powerfully as I could have been all along. But that was really just the incident that really turned things over and then around, because it really forced me to look at myself. Somebody at one point said to me, what you don't fix in yourself, you pass along to your son. And to me, that was like just a kick in the stomach, because I was drinking heavily. And I was not proud of myself at all. So those words were somewhat cutting. So I really started on a personal development journey and started to look at myself, because that's where the power is. It's all within ourselves. So with that, I kind of turned things around. I've been sober for the last 9 years, and things have gone incredibly well. But what I've learned and want to share with other women is that all too often we let that past story define us. We let the mistakes, the poor behavior, the judgment, we let that define us and hold us back. And we let that set a bar that is set really low. And the past doesn't define you. And I actually feel that it's those lessons and those, what we might call mistakes. I don't think they're mistakes. I think they're lessons. But what we might consider our mistakes truly are the things that qualify us to show up with purpose. And they give us passion in what we're doing. And I truly believe that that message needs to be out there. And I work with women just to reshape their self-image, to really investigate what's holding them back, and to not set the bar so low, to raise our standards. And also that all too often we don't rise to the level of our goals or our dreams, but we stay stuck at the level of our mistakes or our regrets or our guilt. And I see so much in other women that they don't see in themselves. And that's become my passion, to really help women become the greatest version of themselves and who they are truly meant to be, because we all have a message, we all have a purpose, and each message purpose is different than the next. So that is my passion and my mission here.
Oh, Karen, I love it. I love how you're supporting others in your story. So profound. Karen, how do you want to impact other women's lives that you are where you are today? You've gone through your journey and, of course, many alleys and challenges in your life. What's your main purpose and mission now?
My main purpose and mission is to help other women show up as the greatest version of themselves. And when they get that little whisper that maybe there's something more out there for them, or that maybe they have a greater purpose, that message is meant for them, and to listen to it. And there's more to it.
Yeah. There's always that inner voice that sometimes guides us towards the right direction. We just got to tap into it.
Yes. And Ramonda, that as you said that, we have the inner voice. We don't hesitate to listen to the one that keeps us small. We don't hesitate to listen to the one that, keeps us playing small. We'll listen to that one. But the one that said, hey, maybe you're meant to do something greater. My podcast is We Are Meant for More. That's the name of it. And we quiet that voice down for some reason. And
yeah. I can't wait to actually tap into that podcast, because I find you personally really, really inspiring woman. And I want to hear more about your stories and wisdom that you share with the world.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and to be here with you and all these other amazing women. It's really powerful.
Karen, how do people connect with you if they felt really inspired by you today?
So on social media, Facebook, please, I welcome any messages, anything at all. And then my website is KarenSarmento.com. And yep, you can find me there. You could book a free call there as well.
Yeah, amazing. Karen, such a pleasure and joy to have you part of our community, to have you as a speaker on our stage. I can't wait to see more of your showcases and, of course, your talk at the Women Thrive Summit in March.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. That was Karen Sarmento. My apologies.
It's all good.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. So much love and so many amazing comments in the chat. And I want to encourage you to share your comments to all, so people on social media platforms can see your comments. And we're going to spotlight a couple of them as we go. Just some beautiful, beautiful comments and support. And keep it coming. Keep it coming. We've only got 2 more speakers for today. So today's showcase is quite short, sweet, and certainly very, very powerful. Now, next up, I've got wonderful Christina Green. And Christina, if we could bring her up on the stage, I would love to say hello. So Christina Green is a career strategy coach who ditched the corporate hustle culture and started Cardigan Careers to help millennial women bridge the gap and create fulfilling careers on their own terms. Christina, lovely to have you here. And where are you joining us from today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Great to have you on our stage. I'm really looking forward to what you have for us today.
Thank you. Looking forward to sharing. All right. So good day, everyone. I want to talk to you today. And first, I actually just want to pay mention to all of just the heartfelt stories that have been shared already. I mean, the theme here I keep hearing is showing up and really being part of and being present in the moment. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, is about how it is that you are showing up in your lives. So I want you to think about how it is that you show up for your family, right? I'm sure you respond when anybody needs something, right? When there's an event going on, you offer to help. You do something. You are a helping hand, either of encouragement or physically. How do you show up for your friends, right? When they need a shoulder to cry on, when they need, to have a brunch, to just connect with one another. How are you showing up in your career, right? Are you, volunteering for extra work? Are you going the extra mile? Are you doing everything and above and beyond, right? But a question is, how are you showing up for yourself, right? And yourself in all aspects of your life, but from your personal to your professional. And I know this is a difficult conversation probably to consider, simply because I will tell you, I spent a long time not showing up for myself. And I'd say betraying my inner desires simply because I put everyone else first. And this is not because everyone else was more worthy or I was not. I actually felt like it was easier to hide behind all of the doing for everyone else because that was easy. I could check off a list. I could, clerkily get that done, as opposed to doing the inner work that is necessary to truly understand what it is that I wanted present in my life. What did I want, to be present in my career? In my career, I used to show up and volunteer for everything, to the point of where I was doing the job of 3 different people and burning myself at both ends. That candle it consumed me. And it's because I was trying to build my career. I was following norms of, you have to pay your dues, you have to serve your time, right? And you just sit and wait and you'll be acknowledged and promoted. Well, that's malarkey. I did that for 10 years and I was so done, right? Because I started my career out of obligation and responsibilities to take care of my family. And I still take care of my family and follow those obligations and responsibilities today. But now I do so in a way that's proactive, right? I pivoted about 15 years ago, where I started to take intentional action towards the desires that I wanted, towards the future that I wanted to claim for myself. I started showing up for what it is that I wanted, how it is that I wanted to be what did I want present in my life, right? What did I want to welcome more of? And by doing that, I got to tell you, that's what's led me here today. That's what's led me to start Cardigan Careers, to really help women understand and drive towards the future that they desire. Now, sometimes that's a reshaping of their career, and sometimes that's stepping into entrepreneurship or studying a side hustle. Whatever that looks like for you, I encourage you to stop ignoring the voice inside of you, right? As Karen was saying, that it's real easy to hear the naysayer, right? The voice in our head that's telling us we can't do it, and all the reasons why, because that list is long. But I want you to silence that by listening to the voice, the smaller voice in your head that's saying, but what if we succeed? What if we're successful? So I'll leave you with one question. How will you show up for yourself now? Now that you know that you can be dependable and reliable, but from everyone else, how will you show up for yourself today? Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you today. And if you need to contact me, I'm happy to ChristinaMGreen.com. That is my website, Raymonda. I believe very strongly in the empowerment of women, right? And I think you should own and claim your name. And my father taught me one thing: is always own your name in your domain.
Oh, so he had the right advice right from the start, Christina.
That's great. That's great.
Now that you transitioned in your career, how different do you feel about just the quality of your life, really?
I got to tell you, when I started showing up for myself, it was truly, and it was one breath at a time. Some people say one step. It is one breath at a time, because I moved, haphazardly throughout my career and tried many different things and experiences that have made me who I am today. And I got to tell you, there's nothing better than moving with your intentions and aligning your intentions with your actions. That you start to redevelop and rebuild that relationship with yourself, and that right there is worth all the money and gold in the world, right? To wake up every day and feel as inspired and empowered in the work that you do and how it is that you spend your moments. So, yeah, that's it.
Christina, you're so amazing. And when we select our speakers for the summit, have such a diverse just array of speakers, and everyone have a unique story. And I love the story that you share and kind of the path that you paved for yourself, and now you get to be inspiration example for others. Christina, how do other people get connect with you?
Well, thank you. Christina M, like Marie, .com. Sorry, ChristinaMGreen.com is how you can find me. You can also find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm always present on all of those channels. So thank you so much, Raymanda. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Christina. It's a pleasure to have you here today, and we look forward to seeing you on the summit. And I would love to encourage all of our attendees and speakers, whoever is here, to toggle to the chat to all platforms and drop your social media links. I want these connections to be built. You're here for a reason. You're hearing these messages for a reason. Maybe there's something deeply and truly resonating with you. Be connected with these women who have gone through their own traumas, gone through their own learnings, and are here to share their testimonies and their stories with you. It is an absolute gold when you surround yourself with like-minded people who also understand what you're going through. My next speaker, and last speaker for the day, last but certainly not least, Michelle Watson. And I've spent a little bit of time with Michelle in the last few months, and it's been a joy. I've been watching her story unfold. And Michelle, how are you feeling, first of all?
I'm feeling good. I'm good. Always a pleasure to be here.
Good to see you. Where are you joining us from?
I'm in I'm happy I can say the sunny sides of Essex because the sun is shining. That doesn't happen very often. So it's the sunny side of Essex right now.
So for those who are international audience, that is just on the outskirts of London in the United Kingdom. Michelle, I'm thrilled to introduce you to our audience. So Michelle Watson is a multi-award-winning international speaker, business and performance mentor with a mission to empower women worldwide. She specializes in guiding women from conception to realization of their business ideas through her pioneering business incubation process. There's so much more that meets the eye with Michelle, and I keep uncovering her stories. So I'm excited for you to be here, Michelle, and also for our audience to hear you speak. So over to you.
Great. Thank you very much, Raymanda. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to the awesome women that have shared earlier and just shared so openly their struggles, their triumphs. And it's beautiful to see that we're on this journey to empower and encourage others. And I'm not even going to go again into who I am and what I do. Raymanda has said it all. So that I can stick to time, I'm going to just go straight to it. And as I was thinking about what it is that I would like to share with you guys tonight, some of you at the last showcase, you kind of heard a snippet of my story, my experience of going through domestic abuse, suicidal tendencies, being able to come from that. And it didn't just mean that everything was rosy thereon, we go from one challenge or one adversity to another. And I remember after starting my business and being on this journey, there came a point in time, as you know, COVID hit, I lost quite a lot of family members, also got diagnosed with an illness at that time. And I literally just felt like my whole world was crumbling. And I felt like after 2 years, I'm having to start my business again. And I just felt so overwhelmed. I felt so discouraged. And to be honest, I felt like giving up. And I was like, this is it. I've had enough. And maybe some of you can resonate. Maybe some of you have been there. It might not be with your business, but it could have been with something else. I just got to the point where I was like, God, I'm tired of fighting. I am done fighting. I've had enough of fighting. I cannot fight anymore. There's no more fight left in me. And there's sometimes when we are not sure what happened there, but there's sometimes when we are struggling, wondering what is happening or why am I going through this? And so I had this vision, and I want to just share this with you because I use it as a powerful analogy. And for many of us as speakers, we know that analogies are powerful tools to use when sharing our presentation. I saw myself going through a tunnel. And as I walked through the tunnel, I was falling. I had one torch in my hand, one lantern, and I was falling in potholes, getting up. I got to another section, there was another lantern, and I thought, great, I need to take this lantern up because the more lanterns I have, then the better I'll be able to see. I didn't want to be having any rough rides or any sudden heavy falls. And so as I'm going through the tunnel, I'm getting more lanterns and I'm collecting all of them. And I'm happy now because I can see. I didn't have to fall in any more potholes. I didn't need to take any more risks whilst I was stepping, just in case I stepped into another pothole or a ditch. It was bliss. Every section I went, there was another lantern, and I would take that lantern up until I exited this tunnel. I got to the end of the tunnel and I exited. And as I exited, there was a big, it's almost like a cinema screen just on the left-hand side. And I was feeling so happy because I felt like this was a race or a test, and I've definitely passed, right? Until I started to hear screams and shouts coming from inside the tunnel. I'm like, what's going on there? And as I looked at the screen, I could see other people coming through the tunnel, and they were falling. They were dropping into the potholes. They were hitting into walls. Some of them were getting so badly hurt that they couldn't find the power to stand back up. And then I realized I had exited the tunnel and taken all the lanterns with me, all the source of light that they could have. And so it flipped and the script started again. And this time I was going through the tunnels, again, the very dark tunnels. And as I was going through, I still had that one lantern in my hand, but I did something slightly differently this time around. And what I did differently was, when I reached to each section, the moment that I saw a pothole, I would put a signpost there. The moment that I saw anything that was of danger, that could alert somebody else that was coming behind me, I would put some there, or I would put a marking there, or put a word of encouragement, and I would be saying, keep going, don't stop. Okay, you have fallen, but you have the ability to get back up. And the other thing that I would do is I would leave that lantern in that section remaining. So I was walking through the tunnel with just one lantern, and it wasn't easy because this one lantern, it wasn't as bright as when I went the first time and I took all the lanterns with me. It was very hard for me to see where I was going. I was struggling, but I was still moving because eventually my eyes adjusted to the darkness. And I was able to see the potholes, and I was able to see various things, and it was difficult. But the thing is, I was moving. And then I finally exited the tunnel. There was a different feeling from the time that I went through before. And as I looked up the screen, I saw other people coming through. And they were able to read the messages that I wrote on the wall. Keep going. Don't give up. They were able to see the markings that I had made where there was holes or anything that was dangerous that could hurt them. They were able to also see some form of light from the lanterns that were left. And as I exited the tunnel and I was able to see other people coming out, they were able now to get through to the end, just like I was. I got the full meaning of what that meant. The tunnel was the journey of life. You see, we go through a journey of life, each and every one of us. And there is something unique and something special about us that we have the opportunity to leave on this earth behind. You know, those people that experience the similar challenges that we experience, those people that face the hardships that we have faced. There's some that's coming behind us that will benefit from that quote that you will leave on the wall. They'll benefit from that light that you've left in a book behind. They'll benefit from the marks that you have made with maybe your business, your services that you've done, with the gifts that you've passed on to others, with the knowledge and the lessons that you've shared, because everything that we do in life is a ripple effect. And so the person that you help today with your service, the person that you help today with your products, the person that you help today with your business, that's a ripple effect, because that person may go on and help another 10 individuals. Those 10 individuals may go on and help another 100. That 100 goes on and help another 1,000. And that's how you leave your lantern as you walk through the journey of life. And so my question to you is, how do you want to leave this earth? How do you want your experience on earth to be remembered? Do you want to just have an easy ride and walk through with all the lanterns and exit this world, taking every lesson, every challenge, every information, every experience that you've learned whilst on this earth, you take them with you? There's no one that we can advise in the graveyard, right? There's no one that we can leave a legacy for in the graveyard. So why would we take them with us? Or are you going to be one that will leave your lantern behind? Are you going to be one that when you exit that tunnel, you know that there will be people that will be able to exit behind you? Why? Because you have showed them the mistakes that you've made. And as you know, I can't remember if it was Christine that said about, it's not mistakes, it's true, it's lessons that we've learned, right? Are you willing to leave those lessons behind so that somebody else that's coming behind can learn from them as well? Are you willing to leave those quotes? Are you going to be the one that leaves that book? Are you going to be the one that leaves that message behind, so that those that are coming behind you will not only know that you're here, but they will benefit from your time that you spent here on earth? And that is what I want to leave with you tonight. Remember, you have a mark, you have something special, you have something beautiful, something unique about you that somebody else that is coming along the way needs. They might not be, some of them, they may not even be born yet. And that's the beauty of it. We experience people like Napoleon Hill, and we learn so much from people like that we've never ever met. But we were able to benefit from something that he experienced because he left it in a book. And so that's my encouragement to you tonight. What is the mark that you're going to leave? What is the lantern that you're going to leave? What is the difference that you're going to make so that somebody else coming tomorrow will know that you were here? Thank you, guys.
Oof. Wow, Michelle, what a way to close today's event with these beautiful, beautiful words of encouragement, inspiration, and what a story as well to support our audience today. Michelle, have you shared a story before?
Not in depth. I've spoken about it. I've shared it in my book that is going to be published next month. I've actually shared it in my book. It's a real vision that I received during a time when I really wanted to give up. I didn't want to continue anymore. And seeing that made me realize that the journey was not about me anymore. The journey was about the people that are coming behind, the people that need our help, the people that need the encouragement. The journey was no longer about me, because the first vision was really about me feeling sorry for myself and wanting the journey to be easy, right? As they call it, the soft life now. I wanted the journey to be easy. But what I was able to see from the vision that, a message is left from the mess and a testimony is left from the test. So if you want to leave a testimony behind, girl, you've got to go for the test. If you want to leave a message behind, you've got to go through the mess, because it's not about you anymore. And I think it came at a very, very valuable time. It came at a time when I needed it. So yeah,
I love it. I love seeing where your mindset is at now. And, I feel like every time I meet you, it's like I'm sure you're a very, very different person than where you were. when you started this journey, and having heard some of the things that you encountered in your life's journey, to be where you are today is quite incredible. And honestly, I can't wait for your book to come out. Do you have a name for it?
Yes, it's right behind me. It's The Iconic Woman.
Amazing. I can't wait to support your book launch when it comes. How do people connect with you, Michelle?
Okay, great. So they can connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram at I am Michelle Watson, and my website is michellewatson.biz, and I'm on Facebook. I am at Michelle Watson again.
I love it. Thank you so much, Michelle. What a wonderful way to close today's showcase. I don't think I need to deliver any more than what Michelle has shared with us today. I truly feel like we've had some amazing messages throughout today. And if you're still watching this, just one thing: leave a lantern for someone else behind you by just simply sharing this live with somebody else, because someone needs to hear this message. Michelle, thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you.
Wow. And if you have enjoyed, been touched, or inspired by any of our speakers, please make sure you connect with them. Next week, we are going to be announcing more, and actually more of our speakers who have been confirmed for 2025 Women Thrive Summit. In doing so, we're also going to open early bird ticket registrations for the Women Thrive Summit 2025. But by doing so, you will be able to get access to all of our past summits. So 4 years worth of incredible summit speakers, workshops, resources, bonus content. And I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. It's only $99. And the registration is not yet open, so hold tight. We will send you an email. We will publish it on social media. In the meantime, please share it with someone. Share this on social media. Help us reach more women, make that mark on this world. Now, if you have not yet, I did mention today that last week we published Women Thrive book, volume 3. So inspiring true stories of women overcoming adversity. And you see little finger marks on it because I've been opening it and touching it and loving on this book, because the women's stories shared in this book are truly inspirational. This book has become a bestseller. If you don't have it yet, please grab yourself a copy. It is still on sale. The prices were meant to go up this week, but you will be lucky to still get for 99 cents on Kindle or just $6.99 on paperback. So order your copy today. Don't wait, because the prices are going up tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow, actually, I think it's already live on our website, Women Thrive magazine, a brand new issue. So this is Diane. She was featured in the Women Thrive book this year. What an inspirational woman. So make sure you grab a digital copy, which is free on our website, or copies in print. This is the Women Thrive magazine that you can get your hands on. The shipping is going out tomorrow. So if you get yourself signed up tonight, you may be still able to get yourself a copy of this magazine by next week. Other than that, I want to say a huge thank you and congratulations to our amazing speakers for being here, for sharing their messages, for being so brave and bold, and really step into their power to talk about their stories, their missions, being so open and vulnerable in the name of a service to support and inspire you. I truly hope that you have enjoyed this event today. Make sure you join us every month. So first Thursday of the month, we have virtual networking opportunities for you to connect with our speakers, with our community members, our authors. That is such a beautiful space for you to be part of. That is free. And also our showcases that runs every third Thursday of the month, with the exception for this month, because last week we had our book launch. And of course you are here. So we are going to be doing these showcases every month. And I am so looking forward to having you part of this journey. We're leading up towards the Women Thrive Summit in March in 2025, and you'll get to meet our incredible speakers all throughout the year. If you feel inspired, empowered, motivated, or someone has touched your heart today with their stories, make sure you connect with them on social media. And of course, leave your own social media handles on the thread. We are streaming this to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, the replay will be available on any of these platforms. So if you did join late, you can go back to Women Thrive Media platforms on the social media channels and grab yourself a replay. For now, my name is Raimonda Jan, and I am the founder of Women Thrive Media. Thanks to our support team and everyone involved in the production of our events. And we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care for now. Thanks to all of our speakers today.